Below in the deep there's adventure and danger. That's where you'll find Diver Dan. The sights that he sees are surprising and stranger than ever you'll see on the land.
Finley thinks himself a fool and wants a chance to go to school, to know what's good and what is bad, just as any other lad.
Oh, sometimes I wish I were Diver Dan. He has the answers to most everything. I often feel like a fool. I'm glad I'm a fish. People seem to have so much trouble. I do envy them one thing, their vast knowledge.
That's because they have schools.
Well, couldn't we go to school?
Of course.
Do you think Diver Dan would teach us?
With just 2 of you as pupils, he might be happy to tutor you.
Tutor?
A private teacher is a tutor.
Baron better hear about this.
Finley, why don't you go find Diver Dan and tell him you want him to teach you? Doc can explain your idea. Well, I like you just as you are, but a little wisdom is useful at times.
A school? That's ridiculous. I thought you ought to know. You thought? It takes brains to think. Maybe I should go to school. There is no hope for you. But we must do something about this. We can't allow them to get smart. I lose the advantage of my superior intellect. I'll help you find it, boss.
Well then, you say what's 2 plus 2? It can't be much.
Well, boys, I think Finley's idea of you fish learning some of the things known above is a good idea. But I've never been a teacher before.
We never learned anything before either, so we're even. What's our first lesson?
Let's take a field trip. The sea itself may be our school. We'll move our class from place to place, and I'll tell you what science has discovered, and I'll tell you about living things in their natural habitat.
Natural habitat, eh? Wish we had some of that.
Let's go over to the hermit crab. We'll start by asking him. He's a wise old boy. We'll go over to the hermit crab and set a trap. Take the shortcut.
What are we going to ask the hermit crab?
I thought we might start with learning about plant life in the ocean. How it compares with our plants on the surface.
Well, that sounds great, Dan.
Now, I'm telling you, Hermit, when those saltwater scholars get here, don't tell them anything.
Don't tell me what to do, Baron.
You'd better do as I say if you know what's good for you, or I'll make a crab salad out of you.
You can't threaten me. What's the big idea, anyway?
I want to keep those fish stupid. Now, you either keep quiet or give them wrong answers.
Well, you have a choice. Nothing or something like nothing.
All right, you win. Now you get over there in that clump of seaweed and stay out of sight. There's more than one way to skin a cat, and many ways to catch a rat.
Hello, Hermit Crab.
Goodbye.
Nice day.
A bad night. Whew, this fella's in a vice.
He's giving them the business, all right. Yeah, boss. I'm tingling with joy.
We would like you to tell us of some of the plant life in the ocean.
For instance?
On the surface, you know, we have many plants, trees, flowers, and such. We would like to know about sea plants.
When I say goodnight, it's really day. When I say to go, I want you to stay. Oh, that is a mystery. One of the things to always heed is the poison sea ivy that resembles seaweed.
Boy, that's a good one. If they believe that, they'll believe anything. Say, Baron, do you feel funny?
No, what's wrong?
tingling is turning into an itch. Now that you mention it, it's getting worse. You're right, it is. You don't suppose this isn't seaweed?
Those plants you see right over there should hide by now an itching pair.
Yo!
Help! That'll learn him! That'll learn him, darn him!
You traitor!
Help! Help! No crooks like that will ever force me to lie about the wonderful sea. Let me go after them. I'll show them.
Better let well enough alone.
Those two have learned a lesson today. If you don't know what sea ivy is, keep away.
Oh, this is awful.
You idiot!
Who, me?
Yes, you. Don't you know a poison plant when you see one?
How about you, boss?
Don't get smart.
I won't, Baron, but those other fish will.
The Baron outwitted himself again.
When is he gonna wise up? He thinks he's smart. He thinks he's a wit. He's really not either. Not a bit.
Well, thank you, Hermit Crab. We've learned a good lesson today.
To learn a lesson, you need not be in the classroom, as you see. Experience, too, is a lesson learned. To heed it not is knowledge spurned.
He moves among creatures of frightening features, flashing teeth, slashing jaws, flapping fins, snapping claws. He protects and he saves his friends under the waves. That's where you'll find Diver Dan.